The rumors are true. I wrote a book. In this video, we'll talk about what exactly future-proof marketing is all about, who is it for, and why you should buy it. Let's go. Future-proof marketing. What is the book about? Actually, before we get into what the book is about, maybe let's take a few steps back and talk about what was my motivation for writing the book. A lot of my motivation for the book was to aggregate and distill all of my knowledge between entrepreneurship and marketing. A lot of that entails knowing that if I was able to achieve that, I know that I'll be able to help someone else who might be in the same venture as me. And knowing that entrepreneurship and marketing are such a highly correlated pursuit, it makes sense to write a book like this. So that's one of the main reasons I wrote the book. Another reason we'll touch on in a couple of seconds is a lot of marketing books are really bad. They're either too conceptual, they're usually not up to date, and they overly simplify the subject of marketing. And marketing is not a simple subject, unfortunately. Even though the whole point of marketing is to influence someone to go from point A to point B, there's a lot more to that than just influencing people's decision making. But now let's go on to what the book is all about. Obviously, the title of the book is called Future Proof Marketing. The subtitle is How to Successfully Launch, Market, and Grow Your Business in the Digital Era. So the book is it's a lean, practical, and up-to-date book on how marketing influences the various stages of one's pursuit into building and growing a business. So how marketing influences the launch stage of the business. Once you've launched the business, how do you market the business? And then once you've proven your business model, it's how can you further alleviate the friction points of growing the business. And one very important point here is that this isn't a marketing book on business. This is a business book on the topic of marketing. I'll read out some of the various chapters, or more specifically the table of contents, so that might give you a bit more of an idea of what the book is about. So I'll just breeze over this. Prologue, a new frontier in modern marketing. So this is where I essentially talk about how marketing has evolved and where we're at in terms of the economy, in terms of entrepreneurship, and how all of those different elements influence each other. Quite an important chapter for setting up the book. Chapter 1, discovering and formulating your business idea. So without spoiling it, this is basically modern ways for you to discover and validate your business idea pretty rapidly. Chapter 2, creating a go-to-market and brand strategy. That's pretty self-explanatory. Chapter 3, launching your minimum viable product and finding product market fit. So that encapsulates part 1 of the book, which is the launch stage, and then it moves on to part 2, which is the marketing. My approach was to talk about the different marketing channels and strategies, talk about the latest tactics, strategies, and approaches to using those channels to grow a business. And obviously a lot of that has come from my own experience as a marketing consultant. Chapter 4 is brand. Chapter 5 is website. Chapter 6, mobile app. Chapter 7, advertising. Chapter 8, search engine optimization. Chapter 9, social media and content marketing. Chapter 10 is email marketing. Chapter 11 is affiliate and influencer marketing. And then that encapsulates part 2. Part 3 moves on to growth. This is basically, again, concepts and ideas that modern startups and businesses use to further grow their business in relation to marketing. So chapter 12 is customer engagement, retention, and advocacy. Chapter 13 is data analysis and attribution. And chapter 14 is experimentation. So it starts to get a bit more complicated. And then epilogue, redefining what it means to be a marketer. And then the final chapter, which is a bonus chapter, is just my predictions on entrepreneurship and marketing, and as well as frequently asked questions from both perspectives. So that's the book. In terms of who is it for, I think it really has 3 ideal buyer personas or ideal customer profiles or personas, depending on whichever term you're more comfortable with. First one is entrepreneurs looking to get a bird's eye view of marketing with a bias towards digital marketing. Right? There's no point in me teaching, expanding on traditional marketing models like radio or TV advertising, because a lot has changed over the past couple of decades, even the past couple of years. So a lot of what you're going to be learning if you are an entrepreneur reading this book is up-to-date tactics and strategies. Much more importantly, they are very practical. I can guarantee you, reading the first chapter, there's going to be a lot of to-do lists that you're willing to take action on immediately. Second ICP is obviously marketers. Maybe you're currently specializing in 1 or 2 channels, but you want to upskill and expand onto other channels. but more importantly, you want to be more commercially minded. Maybe you're looking to become an entrepreneur yourself. This is a book perfect for you, because this isn't just about how-tos in terms of marketing. It's really how marketing influences growing a business. And I think that's one of the bigger value propositions of the book. This isn't just you asking ChatGPT how to do SEO. There's more nuance to it in the way I approached writing some of those chapters. And then the final ideal customer persona is for any business advisor or business consultant looking to understand how entrepreneurship or growing a business and marketing correlate, and the nuances and variables in how both aspects influence each other. And you'll really understand what I mean by that once you read the book. It's quite difficult to expand on it without spoiling the book. Okay, so now let's move on to the value proposition. Why should you even think about buying the book? The two value propositions that I can think of is, one, I've been pursuing entrepreneurship and have been doing digital marketing specifically for the past 9 years. I've learned a lot of lessons throughout that time. I've been in different environments, from building my own businesses to consulting with startups to large corporate brands. You can obviously go on my LinkedIn to see who some of those brands and agencies are. It's basically a 9-year distillation of my knowledge and experience put into the book. So when you buy this book, Future Proof Marketing, you're essentially buying my brain, right? So rather than you going through 9 years of pain trying to figure things out, you can buy this book and save your time and be more efficient in terms of your output moving forward. Second value proposition is, I've mentioned already, it's lean, and more importantly, it's practical. A lot of marketing books have a lot of fluff. They're either too conceptual, they feel more like memoirs, and they don't actually teach you practical steps into going from point A to point B and influencing growing a specific metric or growing in a specific channel. I might as well add this final value proposition. This book isn't just about one digital marketing channel. This book will encompass every channel available, from channels in organic to earned media all the way to paid. So you're going to get a real good bird's eye view of all the different channels and strategies you can use in marketing as of 2025. So if you want to learn more about the book, there is going to be a link below in the description section. And that is a dynamic link. So wherever you are in the world, you're going to be headed towards the appropriate Amazon website. And just to add a bit more of a proposition to you watching this video, go to my website, sign up to my email list, and I will be giving away 3 free copies of the book. Thank you for watching, and I hope this book will serve you in your pursuits moving forward. Peace.